outbreak linked to McDonald's Quarter Pounders is getting bigger. The CDC says 75 people have been infected in 13 states, including 22 people who have been hospitalized and one person who died. Blame is currently focused on onions served on Quarter Pounders. Some McDonald's locations have stopped serving the Quarter Pounder. McDonald's told the Washington Post that Taylor Farms supplies onions to locations in the states impacted by the outbreak. Some Taco Bell, Burger King, KFC, and Pizza Hut restaurants also stopped serving onions out of an abundance of caution. Following the news of the outbreak, Taylor Farms recalled its peeled, diced, and whole peeled yellow onion packs due to potential E. coli contamination. Now, two customers who say they were hospitalized after eating Quarter Pounders are now suing McDonald's. Coming up on America on the Docket, we'll speak with a legal expert about the strength of those lawsuits. Wholesale giant Costco is recalling chicken and smoked salmon products over listeria concerns. Products include the Rana chicken truffle carbonara and tagliatelle grilled white chicken and portobello mushroom sauce. Salmon packages sold under the Kirkland Signature smoked salmon label are also being recalled. The recall being issued by the supplier, Acme Smoked Fish. There have been no confirmed reports of any illnesses so far. Mortgage rates are up again for the fourth week in a row, despite the recent Fed rate cut. Freddie Mac says a standard 30-year fixed mortgage is now 6.54%. That is still below the high of more than 7.2% earlier this year. A separate report also found mortgage applications have declined over the past month. A growing number of homeowners are using a method that's becoming more popular to tap into their home equity to pay for things they need. And if you're a homeowner or in the market, you're going to want to hear this. More Americans are tapping into a HELOC. That is a home equity line of credit. This is a credit line that uses the equity you have in your home as collateral. National correspondent Vanessa Mishania joins us now. Vanessa, for those who are unfamiliar, how does this all work?
Yeah, well, more people are taking advantage of their own home equity because they have more of it. That is because home values have risen so drastically over the last couple of years. And even though home values are high and maybe people want to use that money for renovations or home repair, interest rates are also high. So borrowing against your home equity might not be the right choice right now for everyone.
We may be inching towards 2025, but in terms of home equity loans, it's looking more like 2008.
Home equity borrowing is taking out a loan or a line of credit using the equity that you have in your home as collateral.
According to economists at CoreLogic, due to persistently high home prices paired with high interest rates, home equity loans and lines of credit have reached a popularity not seen in 16 years, making them a more attractive option for cash than refinancing, which forced homeowners to possibly give up a low mortgage rate that they were locked into. While the popularity of home equity loans has been growing since 2021, in the first half of this year, there were more than 333,000 new home equity loans totaling $23.6 billion. We haven't seen those numbers since the first half of 2008. Home equity lines of credit or HELOC borrowing hit a 15-year high in 2022, had dropped off the last 2 years, but does remain relatively strong.
Americans are sitting on more home equity than they've ever had before, by virtue of home prices having gone up so rapidly over the past few years.
CoreLogic says even though the popularity of home equity loans are up, it varies by metro area. Where home values increase the most is where the most home equity loans were taken out. For instance, the top 3 cities where the most home equity loans were generated were all in California, where in the second quarter of this year, homes gained an average equity of $55,000.
So this is not the low-cost source of borrowing that it was for the better part of 20 years.
While the quantity of home equity loans reminds us of 2008, Greg McBride at Bankrate.com gives us a reality check. These aren't the low 3% borrowing rates of yore, and lending standards have gotten stricter. Even as the Fed lowers interest rates, it's not doing so at the pace to make a home equity loan worth the investment in every situation.
Just because you have the equity doesn't mean you have to borrow against it. It's not bread. It won't go stale if you just let it sit there.
McBride suggests before you borrow against your home equity, weigh the reason for the loan against the cost of interest to make the best decision for you and your family.
To the home, I think you have to look at what's the potential return on investment, because the hurdle rate is a lot higher when you're borrowing at 10% than it was when you were borrowing at 3.5%.
So, Lauren, people use these loans a lot to, get a quick lump sum of cash to maybe repair a leaking roof, or something goes wrong in the house that's going to cost a lot. They usually use a home equity loan or HELOC to take care of it. And in some cases, the interest on the money borrowed is tax deductible if you use it on home repairs. But again, I am no financial expert at all, so it's always good to check what the IRS rules are before you do that.
All right. National correspondent Vanessa Mashania reporting and giving us a primer. Appreciate it. Now, an astronaut is in the hospital after he and 3 others returned to Earth. 3 NASA astronauts and 1 Russian cosmonaut splashed down in SpaceX's Dragon capsule early this morning. They were taken to a medical facility in Florida afterward. 3 of them have since been released. NASA has not commented on their conditions. The crew launched into space in March, but their return had been delayed. Meantime, Boeing may be in the market to sell its business with NASA, according to the Wall Street Journal. That includes its Starliner space vehicle and operations supporting the ISS. Boeing CEO Kelly Ortberg is looking for ways to streamline the company as it faces huge financial issues. Sources told the Journal all of this is at a very early stage and may not happen. Boeing would likely keep its position to oversee the space launch system. The company is building it to start future lunar exploration missions. Still ahead on the debrief, it is the East Coast against the West Coast in the World Series this year. The 2 teams are popular, and so are the tickets. We'll have a preview as the Yankees and the Dodgers prepare to face off. And we want to hear from you. Give us a call on our Scripps News viewer hotline. It's toll free at 1-833-4-SCRIPPS. You can share your comments and your story ideas with us anytime. We'll be right back.